Alright, what is going on, guys? Chris back here, and I feel like I'm stuck in a trap of saying this every single week, but this week I feel like I mean it more so than ever. We need to talk about the newest episode of My Hero Academia, because I am absolutely just blown away. Now, I do want to apologize for me sounding a little weird. I am still sick. I'm sure you can hear it. My voice sounds annoying, so I apologize, but let's talk about this new episode. So with this episode came the end of the war arc, and I gotta say, I'm overly satisfied with how they handled this last little bit, so obviously this will contain spoilers. Now, this episode was the end of the war arc, and fucking hell, like, I'm literally blown away with this episode. For one, I would love to give them props for what they did with the beginning of the episode. They went back and they animated some stuff that they missed at the beginning of season 5 with My Villain Academia. I thought that was really cool. I don't know, it was just a little cool touch. I was like, wait a minute, this don't belong here. And I gotta keep it real with y'all. There was never a dull moment in this episode. The stuff with Mr. Compress was really fucking cool. I enjoyed that stuff. It was cool to see him have his little moment that he hasn't really gotten to have since he was introduced in the show, so this was like his big time to shine, and I think they did that moment really well. Also do want to add in, because I didn't make a video about last week's episode, but seeing Mario back is also really just fucking amazing. Like, my boy's back, and he be making moves as soon as he comes in. Also love the way they're doing Deku's danger sense in the anime, making it seem like it's kind of like spider senses, which I really like because Horikoshi is really taking a lot of inspiration from Marvel and DC, so I really like that other inspiration in there, making it more kind of like how Spider-Man had his spider senses in the cartoons. Of course, a really great moment in the episode was All For One kind of just taking over Shigaraki's body, and we get that classic All For One villain theme that just sends shivers down your spine. You're like, oh shit. But All For One knows when he's lost, and he's ready to just immediately dip. And then that's when we get the Nomus just like charging in, and it's just a really cool sequence with All For One just escaping, fleeing the scene, getting like, nah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And that's when we get my favorite part of the episode, and I think this is what made this episode an absolute 10 out of fucking 10. A little mini fight with Deku chasing down All For One, and then we get the flashbacks of what's been going on in the war, and they start the music that was in Heroes Rising, and I literally started losing my mind. Nah, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out they brought it back. They brought back the OST from Heroes Rising. They brought back Might You. This season has been perfect adaptation. Oh my god. Oh my god! They brought back the OST! I'm freaking out right now. And that is the end of Season 6, Part 1. Holy fucking shit! That was unholily beautiful. Oh my god. An amazing mid-season finale. Just really showed how even though the heroes were the ones who initiated this battle, they were not ready for it. Nothing came out of this but absolute chaos and destruction. This is truly the all is lost moment in the anime, and it is done so beautifully, I was tearing up. I mean, just for one, bringing the Might You OST back, I think on its own was extremely beautiful, but to put it in this scene in particular, with such an iconic part from the manga, with Deku saying that Shigaraki looked like he needed saving, and I mean, rightfully so. It's an absolutely brutal and bittersweet kind of scene. I mean, we are literally seeing our heroes at the lowest of lows. Some of them in the hospital. One of them, unfortunately, is dead. And a lot of them injured and heartbroken. I mean, think about how much happened in this war. And the villains, too. They lost a lot during this war. And I honestly just think this was a perfect way to close off the first half of the season, and we do have to wait a little bit, I think like a week or two, until we return with the second core for the anime, but I think that's fine. I think this is a good place to just kind of like give us like a week or two of a break before we get into like what's coming next. With this season in general, I do think it has had its issues, but I think this has been a phenomenal adaptation of the war arc. There are some moments that I felt definitely could have been a lot better, but for the most part, I think we got the best we could get, especially with them doing Mob Psycho Season 3 this season. As a huge My Hero fan myself, I can't say I'm disappointed in the slightest. I'm actually extremely overjoyed with how this season has turned out so far. Especially with today's episode, just wrapping up that first core in a nice little bow, giving it a perfect ending. I honestly already can't wait for core 2. Like, I know what's coming up. We're getting some of the best My Hero content in this next core. as we approach what's going to eventually be, by the end of the season, the final act of the story. I cannot wait. But that is it for me. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below on what you guys thought of this episode, and what are you thinking of Season 6 just in general? Are you guys satisfied like I am, or are you a little more disappointed with how the season's turned out, or maybe you're just somewhere in the middle? I'd love to know all your thoughts down below. I do reply within the first couple hours. I'll try my best. As usual, I do just want to say thank you to everyone who ended up clicking on this video and watching to the end. You guys are the best. You are amazing. And I just want to say thank you. My Twitter and everything is down below for those of you who don't know that, who have been checking out all the videos. Once again, thank you guys so much for joining. It is Christmas Eve, so I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas and Christmas Eve. I have 2 more videos after this, and that'll be it until the new year. So I hope you guys also have a happy new year. Once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for everything this year, getting me almost 1,000 subscribers in just a couple months. That's absolutely insane. And I hope to see you guys all in the next video. Peace out.